nation. No donation, no salvation.
And remember, respect is everything.
Hey guys, we're back. This is just kind of a small update video, and I also want to address something kind of important. So yeah, I have been away from YouTube and just the internet in general for a while. Why is my camera not focusing? Here, I need to film something so I don't just completely waste footage. I've been cleaning up my room. Trying to take care of all the trash and stuff like that. Ignore the floor. There's nothing I can do about that. That's just the reality of old floor tiles after, like 15 years of abuse. But yeah, for reasons I'm not going to get into, I've been dealing with stuff in my personal life. Just know that it was important and that I had to take a break. But yeah, as you can see, I've cleaned up the room quite a bit. Been organizing stuff. Also been just, doing other stuff. As well as playing around with some of my other hobbies and whatnot. But yeah, main reason I'm making this video is because I want to address something that I didn't want to have to make a video for. And I want you guys to understand that I say this with all the kindness in the world, but I am never doing instructions. Like, I don't do instructions. And there's a good reason for it. The reason I don't do it is because, I'll be honest, when I build my figures, I build them out of convenience. Like, whatever I have available. Like, not to mention, my memory is not the greatest when it comes to, like, taking stuff apart and putting it back together, at least when it comes to my Lego figures, because keep in mind, these figures use here, let me give you an example. Okay, so here's a good example. Here's Slipstream, sort of my take on Slipstream anyway. But yes, as you can see, she has these really cool feet, and I don't know what set they came, it was probably a Hero Factory set, I don't remember, but they don't make those anymore, so I don't know where you would get these feet from. And not to mention, when I build my figures, like I said, I build them out of whatever I have available, so I don't build them all the same. That, and I also like to have variety in my builds. So for example, Slipstream here. She is not the same as like Starscream. Even though she is a Seeker, she is by no means the same template. So let me get another example. Here's another example. Here's Skywarp, who I've already reviewed. So if you haven't seen that video, please go check that out. But yeah, as you can see, he is by no means the same build at all. Which makes sense. Slipstream, was kind of her own thing. But, like, for example, my Skywarp is not the same as my Starscream. I build all my figures, especially my Seekers, completely different for both variety and out of convenience. So if I were to do instructions for every character I built, I would literally have to go back and take apart every figure I've ever built and do individual videos for them. Even if they transform the same or have the same general layout, I mean, none of the parts are the same half the time. And I'll be honest, like, that's a lot of characters. Like, especially my Carbots, which are the ones I'm most proud of, that would take, like, I don't know how long it would take for me to do instructions for every Carbot I've ever built. But I have quite a lot of them. And some I haven't even reviewed yet. I mean, seriously, like, look at all those boxes of figures. And that's not even all of them. I have boxes of Lego Transformers and other stuff that I haven't even shown yet. There's all my model cars and stuff, but yeah, like, every figure I build is completely different, even if they use the same layout or template. So, for me to do instructions would be complete insanity, and it would probably drive me insane. So, again, I'm sorry that, if you want instructions, I can't do it. I can maybe give you a general layout of some of the templates that I use, but aside from that, I can't do instructions because that would just be way too much time and effort for a bunch of figures that are all more or less the same thing. It would just be a wasted effort. Not to mention, I'm a very high advocate for, inspiring creativity and people designing their own things. And at the end of the day, I mean, I would prefer people try to build their own. I'm glad some people actually like my style of Transformers because at the end of the day, they're very stylized and kind of anime inspired, which is why they have the bigger heads. They're kind of, I guess, kind of like squat, sort of like, very kind of cutesy designs, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. They're very anime based, but that's kind of why they look the way they do. Hell, I mean, if you want some, here, I have some reference material, actually. Okay, so to give you guys a general idea of what I'm talking about, here's an old folder I found of some of my old drawings and stuff. Again, I'm not a very good artist, so please excuse some of the guerrilla-style nature of my drawings. But let me find the Transformer sketches. Let me see if I can find... Oh, it's upside down. Here, let me just find the Transformer sketches. But yeah, I am working on some other projects at the moment. That's not it. I got a bunch of drawings in here of just random things. Not all of it's Transformers. Some of it's my own actual, like, original stuff. If I can find it. Oh, that's just a Bionicle drawing. Come on, where is it? It's here somewhere. I think they're all the way at the back. Yeah, here we go. Okay. I think this one might be Drift. Well, anyway, here's just a general idea of what my Transformers characters could look like. I think I had one of Drift. If I can find it. Yeah. Yeah, so here's Drift. Again, obviously they're very stylized. Obviously they would be a little, more refined in, like, I guess, animation or a comic or something. But, like, for example, like, here, where's Slipstream? So, like, obviously this is the face, and then you would have the eyes and stuff, and then, the actual helmet and stuff is where a lot of the character work goes in. Also, one other thing, when it comes to my designs for the heads, one way I tell characters apart, female Autobots and female Cybertronian characters will have round eyes. On male characters, I usually put square eyes or more angular eyes. I do this for a reason because it helps make separating them easier, because it makes them easier to identify. So again, not to mention it's a technique that has been used in anime before. Female characters, or women in general, will have more softer, rounder eyes with softer lines, and then male characters will have more aggressive, more straight lines. This is not this is an old drawing, so again, this is by no means anything, again. But at the end of the day, I mean, look, I put a lot of effort and I care a lot about my builds. And, I would rather people just come up with their own stuff. Because at the end of the day, I am by no means a teacher. I am not good at showing people how to do stuff. Because, half the time, I mean, especially with my personal experiences in my own life, people don't even listen to me half the time. But that's a personal problem. Yeah, like I said, I don't do instructions because it's too much effort for something that really isn't, worth it. Because, again, at the end of the day, a lot of my figures are pretty much more or less the same. They're just constructed differently based on convenience. That's part of why my Seekers are all different. In addition to just variety in general. But, like I said, again, I'm sorry, I don't do instructions for those reasons alone. And it's not because I don't want to do it, it's too much effort for what it's worth. And I hope you all can respect that. Again, if I had the resources to do so, I would do instructions. But again, I'm sorry. And I hope you all can respect that. And it is what it is. So, thank you.
Hallelujah! Another soul saved!